Have you ever had a door slammed in your face and, at first, it felt like the world decided against you? What if I told you that same slam could have been the exact shove you needed, a secret push toward something better? Rejection isn't a verdict on your worth. It's information. It's a redirect. Marcus Aurelius and the Stoics believed that we don't control what happens to us, only how we respond. That's the whole point. You can let a no break you, or you can use it as a springboard. In this video, we'll unpack lessons to help you convert rejection into momentum. These aren't vague motivational slogans. They're practical, everyday strategies you can start using now. Whether you're being ignored at work, passed over for an opportunity, or shut out by someone you care about, this guide will help you stand taller, think clearer, and move faster. But first, if you want more videos like this, hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Share this with one person who needs it. All right, let's turn every no into a next-level yes. Lesson 1. Ignore. The rejection often comes in the form of silence. You send a message, but there is no reply. You speak in a group, but your words are left hanging. Being ignored can feel like you are invisible, as if your presence has no weight in the world. That feeling cuts deep, and it makes you wonder if you are enough. But what the Stoics remind us is that someone's choice to ignore you says more about them than it does about you. When someone ignores you, your first instinct may be to chase after their attention or try to prove that you matter. This only hands them more power over you. True strength is in the refusal to chase. Ignoring those who ignore you is not about revenge or bitterness. It is about respecting yourself enough to walk away from what does not serve you. Marcus Aurelius wrote that human beings act according to their own nature. If their nature is to dismiss you or to act as though you don't exist, then that belongs to them, not to you. Your role is to rise above it and not let their behavior shrink your worth. Imagine someone close to you not responding to your efforts, whether in friendship, work, or family. You could keep lowering yourself to win back their attention, or you could hold your ground and focus on those who truly see your value. When you choose the second path, you protect your dignity and your peace of mind. Ignoring them is not weakness, it is self-mastery. Over time, you realize that their silence was never a reflection of your worth. It was a reflection of their priorities. By ignoring them in return, you remind yourself that your attention is too precious to be wasted where it is not valued. Lesson 2. Don't react emotionally. Rejection often strikes at the heart, stirring emotions that feel overwhelming. You may feel anger, embarrassment, sadness, or even shame. The natural response is to lash out, to cry, or to defend yourself in frustration. But the Stoics taught that what harms us most is not rejection itself, but how we choose to react to it. Epictetus explained that events do not disturb us. It is the meaning we attach to them that creates pain. A rejection is just an event. It carries no power until you let it define you. If you meet rejection with uncontrolled emotion, you surrender your strength to it. If you meet it with calmness and reason, you take control back into your own hands. Think of a situation where you were turned down for an opportunity or ignored by someone you respected. Did reacting emotionally change anything for the better? Most of the time, it only leaves us feeling weaker. But when you choose to pause, to breathe, and to remain calm, you deny rejection the ability to shake your inner peace. Staying calm is not about pretending you don't feel the sting. It is about showing yourself that your peace of mind cannot be stolen by another's decision. The less you react emotionally, the more you prove that your worth is not at the mercy of external circumstances. This discipline is not easy, but every time you practice it, you build resilience. Lesson 3. See the hidden lesson. Every rejection carries within it something valuable, even if it feels painful in the moment. Most people stop at the surface of rejection and only see failure, loss, or humiliation. But the Stoics believed that everything life gives you can become material for growth if you choose to look for the hidden lesson. When someone rejects you, ask yourself what this moment is teaching you. Maybe it shows that you are placing too much importance on their approval. Maybe it reminds you to sharpen your skills or redirect your focus. Sometimes rejection simply clears the path for something better that you would not have seen otherwise. Marcus Aurelius often wrote that obstacles become opportunities. Rejection as an obstacle is no different. Instead of treating it as the end of a path, see it as a teacher pointing you toward a new direction. The lesson might be patience, humility, or perseverance. It might be the realization that you are stronger than you thought. Think about a time you were turned down and later discovered it was the best thing that could have happened. A job you didn't get, a relationship that didn't work out, a friend who walked away. Each of these can become lessons that guide you toward a better version of yourself. The pain of rejection fades, but the wisdom you gain remains. By searching for the hidden lesson, you transform rejection from something that wounds you into something that builds you. Instead of being crushed by it, you walk away with insight that strengthens your future. Lesson 4. Build inner independence. One of the most dangerous illusions in life is believing that your worth depends on the approval of others. Rejection exposes this illusion more than anything else. When someone turns you away, you may feel that your value has decreased. But the Stoics were clear. True freedom begins when you stop handing control of your happiness to other people. Inner independence means you do not rely on others to confirm who you are. It means your confidence comes from your own actions, your own discipline, and your own sense of purpose. If someone accepts you, good. If they reject you, still good, because neither event changes the essence of who you are. Think of a tree standing strong in the wind. The wind does not make the tree weaker or stronger. It only reveals how deeply its roots run. In the same way, rejection only reveals how deeply you are rooted in yourself. If your roots are shallow, rejection knocks you down. But if your roots are deep, you remain unshaken. Building inner independence requires practice. You remind yourself each day that no one else carries the authority to define your worth. You practice self-respect in the small choices you make. You focus on living with integrity so that your confidence comes from within, not from applause. When you achieve this state, rejection loses its power over you. You no longer fear it, because you know that even if the world says no, you still stand complete. Lesson 5. Focus on your mission. Rejection often pulls your attention toward what you lost, a chance, a connection, an opportunity. But Stoicism teaches us to look past what has been denied and to return to our mission. The question is not, why did they reject me? The question is, what am I here to do, regardless of who rejects me? Your mission is larger than any single door that closes. If a person or opportunity turns you away, it might be because it does not align with the path you are meant to follow. Instead of viewing rejection as a detour, see it as a compass guiding you back to your true direction. Think about people in history who faced rejection after rejection. Many writers, inventors, and leaders were dismissed countless times before they succeeded. What kept them going was not the approval of others, but the clarity of their mission. They knew their purpose, and no amount of rejection could erase it. When you focus on your mission, rejection becomes small in comparison. You no longer obsess over who said no or why they turned you away. You simply continue forward because your purpose is too important to abandon for the sake of approval. Lesson 6. Choose dignity. Over desperation, rejection can create desperation. It tempts you to chase after those who walked away, to prove your worth to those who dismissed you, or to lower yourself in order to be accepted. But every time you act in desperation, you lose more than their respect. You lose your own. The Stoics taught that dignity is more valuable than approval. A person who carries themselves with dignity does not beg for validation. They do not try to convince those who cannot see their value. They maintain self-respect even when others fail to recognize it. Imagine someone rejecting you and expecting you to come running back, desperate to win their attention. When you refuse to play that game, when you carry yourself with calm confidence, you display true strength. Dignity always outshines desperation. This does not mean you never feel the pain of rejection. It means you choose not to let that pain push you into actions that dishonor your own character. You accept rejection with grace. You walk away with your head held high, and you continue on your path. In the long run, dignity builds respect far more than desperation ever could. Lesson 7. Transform pain into fuel. Rejection hurts. It can feel like a wound that lingers long after the moment has passed. But pain is also energy, and energy can be shaped. The Stoics believed that even suffering could be turned into strength if approached with wisdom. Transforming pain into fuel means you do not let rejection paralyze you. Instead, you use it to sharpen your focus, to deepen your discipline, and to strengthen your resolve. Every no you receive becomes a reason to push harder, to grow stronger, and to prove to yourself that nothing can stop your progress. Think of an athlete who loses a competition. They could allow the loss to break them, or they could let it drive them to train harder. Rejection works the same way. It either breaks you or builds you, depending on the choice you make. When you face rejection, tell yourself, "This pain will not go to waste. It will become my fuel." With that mindset, rejection ceases to be a wall and becomes a stepping stone. What once felt like an end becomes the very fire that pushes you toward success. Lesson 8. Rejection strengthens resilience. Life is never free from rejection. No matter how skilled, kind, or disciplined you are, there will always be people who dismiss you, opportunities that pass you by, and doors that close in your face. What matters is not how often rejection comes, but how you respond to it. Each rejection is like a weight added to your training. At first it feels heavy, but with every repetition you become stronger. The Stoics believed that obstacles exist to train the soul. Just as the body needs resistance to grow stronger, the mind needs challenges to build resilience. Rejection is one of those challenges. It is not meant to crush you, but to prepare you for greater battles ahead. When you look back on your life, you will notice that the moments that shaped you most deeply were not when everything went smoothly, but when you faced hardship and kept going. Rejection is part of that story. Each time you endure it, your ability to withstand life's difficulties expands. You become harder to break, more stable, and more unshaken by the ups and downs of fortune. This is resilience, the quiet strength of standing firm when others expect you to fall. Rejection, instead of being your weakness, becomes the very tool that forges your inner toughness. Lesson 9. Rejection redirects you toward better paths. Sometimes, rejection feels cruel because it slams a door you desperately wanted to walk through. But with time, many people realize that the closed door was not a punishment, it was protection. The Stoics encouraged us to trust that what happens is for the greater good, even when it seems harsh. Rejection is often life's way of steering you away from what is not truly meant for you. A failed relationship may save you from years of pain. A missed job may free you for a better opportunity. A friend walking away may clear space for healthier connections. In the moment you feel loss, later you recognize it as redirection. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that the universe is change, and life itself is an endless flow of renewal. Rejection is part of this flow. It clears the path so that you can move towards something greater. The challenge is to trust the process, even when you do not yet see where it leads. When you accept rejection as redirection, you no longer cling desperately to what is gone. Instead, you open yourself to the new doors that will appear. This mindset transforms rejection from an enemy into an ally. Lesson 10. True power lies in self-mastery. At its core, rejection tests one thing above all else: your ability to master yourself. You cannot control who accepts you, who rejects you, or when opportunities arrive. But you can always control how you think, how you act, and how you carry yourself. That is the essence of Stoicism, and it is the essence of real power. True power is not about forcing others to choose you. It is not about manipulating outcomes or demanding recognition. It is about remaining calm in chaos, dignified in loss, and steady in the face of rejection. When you master yourself, no rejection can truly harm you because your worth no longer depends on external approval. This is what separates those who crumble under rejection from those who rise above it. The first group allows their emotions and fears to dictate their response. The second group, guided by reason and discipline, transforms rejection into growth. Self-mastery is not built in a single day. It is built every time you face rejection and choose composure over chaos, dignity over desperation, and perseverance over surrender. Each choice strengthens your control until rejection becomes nothing more than a passing shadow in your larger journey. Rejection is one of the most universal human experiences. No one escapes it, and yet it often feels deeply personal when it happens to us. But through the wisdom of Stoicism, we see that rejection is not an enemy. It is a teacher. It reminds us to stop chasing those who ignore us, to remain calm under pressure, to search for hidden lessons, and to root our confidence within ourselves. It pushes us back to our mission, demands that we choose dignity, and offers us the chance to turn pain into fuel. It strengthens our resilience, redirects us toward better paths, and ultimately teaches us the power of self-mastery. If you can begin to see rejection in this way, it no longer has the power to crush you. It becomes a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Every no becomes a lesson. Every closed door becomes a redirection, and every painful moment becomes an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more unshaken. This is the Stoic way, to face rejection with calm courage, to learn from it, and to transform it into strength. In the end, rejection is not the end of your story. It is the fire that forges you into the person you are meant to become.